What's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 10 on Tech Out Your RV. Of course, we're using a Airstream Basecamp as our model, our RV to tech out, but these products work in all RVs, and also this product actually works in multiple locations. Houses, sheds, work sheds basically. Any place that you really have electricity and you don't even need Wi-Fi. This actually is a cellular device, so that's why this is actually a really kick-butt solution for numerous things. And this video is brought to you by MarCELL. Now, they did sponsor this video. They did send this particular unit to the show to review for this series. I also purchased a Pro unit that has a little more offering. Comes with like what they call an SPUC, which is something that can monitor water. But I will get to that when we launch the app. So let's take a look at the actual device itself. So what you will do is you will plug this in, and this does require AC power. I don't know if you could get by trying to run it off of a DC power supply or not, but it does require AC. So I have this plugged in. You can see it's green, solid signal here. So it is alive and monitoring. And then that's really it. You don't see anything else, really. It's got a speaker for an alarm sounding here. But other than that, it's just a little white box that's plugged in. So what does this little guy do? So you can go on their website and actually configure it, register it. It works on, I believe this one works on the AT&T network. So you have to pay a monthly service fee to actually have this, and it's relatively inexpensive because basically this is just using a cellular network to basically, if it needs to alert you, that's how it's going to reach out and alert you. And they have a companion app as well for iOS and Android, so let's go ahead and launch that. It looks like this. It's called Censored Life. If it'll, there we go, Censored Life. So let's go ahead and launch Censored Life here. And I am logged in, and now you can see I actually have two devices here. So one it says Pete's MarCELL, so named my Airstream Pete for multiple reasons, but that's a different story. And so right now this is the one that I would actually normally have in Pete, and we'll take this out and put it in the RV, and we'll be on shoreline power because obviously without this being on shoreline, it isn't going to work. So unless you can come up with a way, if you're boondocking, which you probably could, I've got a battery backup, just a battery backup that has AC, so I could plug this into that, and that would probably run. This is very low power consumption, so it would probably run boondocking even. And as long as I have cellular service, it's going to alert me. So right now it says that the temperature is 74 degrees Fahrenheit. And the humidity is 44%. I am in my basement, so that's actually really good. And it says the power is on. Alright? And that's all this one really has. And if you go down here, it's got history, remove device settings, SPUCs, like I mentioned, is a water. So you take these SPUCs and put them wherever you would have water. Say you've got a sump pump with a hole, in the basement, or by your hot water heater in case it blows a leak. Anywhere that you're worried about water leaking, the SPUC will, the water will make that connection, and it'll alert your MarCELL unit and actually say, hey, we've got a leak, water's detected. Really, really cool. Now, I actually have another one of these that I use to monitor my mother's house. And this one here, it's a Pro model. And she likes a little warmer in her house. So right now it's saying it's 77 degrees Fahrenheit. The humidity's a little lower than mine, 43%, and the power is on, and she does have an SPUC, and I tested it, and it says it's an alarm, because it did make that connection, and if I click the SPUC, I have to clear that alarm. So basically, it's placed in her basement, so I'm monitoring a home here versus an RV with this one. So what we're going to do, let's look at history. I'm going to show you the history real quick. So it monitors temp, humidity, power. And you can set your alerts, so you can set a threshold if it drops below a certain temperature, say you don't want it to freeze in there. So say you want to set it at like 35 or something when you're getting close, that's Fahrenheit. Or say you don't want it to get too hot. Maybe you've got a pet. Maybe you're out hiking or you're boondocking and you're on shoreline or whatever, and you don't want, maybe your power gets knocked out or something happens, your air conditioner dies, and you get an alert that it's nearing 80 degrees in your RV, and Fluffy or Fido is in there, and you're like, oh my god, it's getting hot, we gotta head back. So this actually will do that. And as you can see here, the power, we got a steady stream, temperatures maintaining really steady at both the and the humidity also running really good. So you can look at this week, this month. So if I click this month, there we go, you can see it's pretty decent. And then like the range from, and then you can do a date range. So you can do custom graphs and whatever else. So it does good. It gives you some analytics for those 3 items in your house. Now, say you have spotty power, your electricity company sucks, and you're having blackouts or surges or outages, then you can come back and say, look, this is what's going on. So a lot of cool options here. Now, this thing will alert you based on what you set it to. So mine happens to be set, if it gets hotter than 80 degrees in my RV, then it sound an alert, and it's going to email me. Or if it gets colder than a certain amount, then I want an alert. So it'll email me. If this is on and it's plugged in and the power dies, it'll alert me, because that means, hey, the power's out. So there's a concern here, obviously. So let's go ahead and test it. First off, I'm just going to cut power, and let's see how long it takes for an alert to show up on my phone. So let's see. No alerts. Let's cut the power. Let's see how long it takes. Now, usually it's pretty quick. You can see this thing is flashing instead of being steady green. So it knows there's something wrong. Now it's out. And there's my alarm. It says here, urgent, power is currently off, please take action. Current temp 74, humidity 44, power's off. So it's giving you a notification. I'll plug it back in. And it doesn't take too much longer for it to actually notify me that the power has been restored. So, within a minute, within 60 seconds, I'm getting notified by this thing that I have a power outage and there's a problem. And it would be the same for, temperatures or whatever to react. Water leak. I'll get it within 60 seconds if there's a water leak. And those are critical. Time is of the essence. So definitely something pretty darn cool to have reporting. And let's see if I've gotten the all clear here. Power is currently off. That was 157, 158, 210, 211. Here we go. So power's restored. So I got the alert. Within 60 seconds, I got the alert saying everything's golden. We're back to green. So let's take it out and just do a quick thing in RV with temperature and show you kind of how this would set up in an RV, and we'll go from there. And again, this is a really good monitoring tool for you to monitor your RV, even different things. Like I said, this works for a lot of different scenarios, but we're focused on the RV. And if we, like I said, boondocking, or even just trying to do it on shoreline when you're hooked up and out, maybe bicycling, hiking, whatever, you'll get an alert. Alright guys, we'll be right back with some RV demonstration and we'll wrap up the video. Alright guys, welcome back. We're in the RV. Sorry about the overhead sound, but it's about 100 degrees outside and I've got the air on low. Otherwise it would be like an attic in here. So hopefully you can put up with the low hum in the background. So I've got the MarCELL unit out here. It is plugged in. We are plugged into shoreline, obviously, since I've got the AC running. This isn't a generator or anything like this, but this is just plugged into the AC power in the RV. So we've got a solid green light, and that means MarCELL is happy and everything is being monitored. So let's go ahead and take a look at, oh, and by the way, for mounting, I am just going to put Velcro on it and mount it like right there. So just so you're aware, I will have a Velcro mount, so I can remove this. I don't want to permanently affix it to anything in here, so it's just going to be Velcroed. So let's look at the app. Now, you're going to see noticeably different stats than what you saw in the house that I had it in. So, as you can see, the temperature is definitely warmer in the RV. It's 74 degrees in the RV right now. The humidity is definitely higher at 58%, and the power is on. So that is basically what you would do when you have it in your RV. Again, if I was to unplug this, if the temperature was to drop or go up, or the humidity get above my thresholds or below them, then we will definitely get alerted that something is going on at the RV. So this is great when you're out hiking, exploring, especially if you have pets. So that is definitely you know, just a good peace of mind to have the MarCELL unit monitoring everything, and go from there. Again, guys, check the show notes for a link for the MarCELL website. And again, this is a cellular service, so you will have a subscription fee if you decide to go with it. But go check it out. It's definitely one of those good things to have peace of mind. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're only half done with this series, so it's just going to keep getting better and better, guys. Again, thanks for watching, and have a good one.